camera sounded weird when it started up. That was not a good sound I heard. But anyways, 2:14 in the mornings and 5/11/2026. This is being made again. How many times? I don't know. But title screen has some interesting shit we gotta look at here. That's right. The loading dock finally works the way I want it to this time. Oh, yeah, the comments. Yes. Explains more than it has to, but I mean, I can't really get a good view of this because it's too big. That's a little better, I guess. And you notice I actually had to mark dirty every single time. That's a pain in the butt. But you have to do that for images to have drawing state changes in this almost too much of an updated Poplib, which I've been describing in my previous videos. This, by the way, is a response to Since1, aka DJ, video letter DJ. So I actually got this to work a little bit better than usual. The only thing I'm still trying to figure out is how to get the progress to fade in the background image. I, for the life of me, can never figure this out. I've tried so hard and it just, ugh. Amount of mathematicals involved, just, wow. But let's take a look at it real quick, and I know this is on video camera. You notice it just went full screen, and part of the reason why I didn't change the resolution on my monitor. But you notice that the loading dock here, which is this little weird circular ring thing, or not this thing, but this thing that just latched onto the arc here, swooped out pretty fast this time. It didn't swoop out slowly like it did last time. I'm going to attempt to put alternate F4 because that's the only keys I can press here. I don't know why it went full screen. That was so weird. Let me see if I can change that in my app base thing. Yeah, that's weird. Why the hell it did that? That was kind of odd. It says 1600 by 900, but it said 1920 times 1080, which is this resolution right here. That sucks, honestly. I don't know why that happened. I think it's trying to go full screen without me trying to do it, and I don't know why it's doing that, so yeah, it shouldn't do that. But this is what it should be doing, and I'm happy it's doing this because now I don't have to deal with the frickin' slow-ass, manually driven loading dock anymore. So I'll show this one more time, and God, it's so weird how it's actually going full screen. I shouldn't go full screen. I don't know why I had it set to that, but we'll try it again here. It is surprising that it works in full screen, though. Like, I didn't set the full screen variable to do this, and I actually didn't even set anything to go above this monitor's resolution, so it works for what it's worth. You can see this is the console that opens up, the Microsoft Visual Studio Debug console. The sleep count and the resource loading time, which is actually in milliseconds. This is actually 1.4 seconds. That's pretty impressive. Draw count. What I kind of find a little bit interesting is that screen BLT is 0. Should be 1 or something like that. Or 2 or 3 because it's full screen, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. The draw count is actually going up significantly. I'm assuming this is because it's being redrawn every single time with the mark dirty function and method I put in there each time. So it's being redrawn every single time, as you can see right here. The update count is the same. It's about 6 seconds off. And the sleep count, which of course is how much you know, whatever it is, I don't know what they mean by that, how long this app stays up and running for. But, I mean, it's going along pretty good. It doesn't really look like anything else needs to be done here, other than I need to find a way to get the fucking progress to load and all that good stuff to... Which, by the way, I don't even know if I have the sound effects to this anymore. I think I might have lost them. Or did I? Let's see. Set this down for a second. This is the sound effect I'm trying to play here. It's actually a reformed sound effect. I don't even know if I have it on my phone or not. Download. Yeah, I do. It's called, shit, what is it called? Shit Blast Off. Here we go. This is actually a Bejeweled Twist sound effect combined with one of my other ones. I sped this up, so let's just see what it sounds like. Yeah, see, this is I'm trying to work on putting these sound effects in here once the time gets to it, but, I mean, I shouldn't autoplay to the next one. I don't know why. Like, all these are, like, really weird. All this, whatever. They're just sound effects and some other, like, recordings that I found. But that Shit Blast Off for you. I do like that. I actually like this sound effect. Let me try that again. Which, by the way, that Shit Blast Off sound effect is going to play once everything is loaded into this little section right here. That's where the bar is going to go and grow. Once it's 100%, this moves out of the way, like to the left, and allows for this to fold in about 90 degrees and launch into space with a little beam, a little star beam, which is represented by the last part of that sound effect. So it syncs up with it. And then the ring comes back into its current position and then lowers itself to form the modes. I think that's how it's going to work, but that's going to be so hard for me to do. I didn't take calculus, I didn't take algebra, and I didn't take geometry, so please forgive me for that. I wouldn't know how to do it. Let me press Alternate F4 again so that way I can escape this program. There we go. But yeah, it's pretty complete now. I just got to get rid of some extra functionality that could be used, but not really. Like this one right here is just a call to the image and just to turn the image and whatever. So, but yeah, that's about that. This is not SideJewel, I promise, because if I did that in here, I would be so screwed with this video and people would hate me for it. But that's okay because I'm not doing that project anyways. I'm just doing my own thing here. But alas, this is what I'm doing. This is actually, by the way, the template. This is actually a template, not an actual title of anything. I'd rather not name it as the previous one because it's ridiculous. But that's what it does so far. I'm going to try to see if I can expand on it. I still have a whole bunch of other things to do with the Pager project and all the other crap. Been so damn busy, guys. I'm so sorry if I haven't made a video. And another thing too, like, I have been trying to isolate myself from the internet because a lot of destructive presences just keep coming after me, and I just don't like it. Even one such example exists elsewhere in the universe of internetal metaverse and shit, and I don't want to get involved with it. So it's just a lot of people I'm starting to communicate with online have seen a lot of just, they're not in line with my type of frequency, if you know what I mean. My frequency meaning my energy, my thoughts, my experiences. They just don't understand it and are completely foreign to it. and they just don't understand it. So I have to shut them off, shut the dial off, because I don't understand what they're saying. I don't understand what their deal is, or whatever. So yeah, that's about that. Now, I didn't really isolate everybody, I promise. Some of my friends I do still keep, you know, close by. And like my in real life friends I went to the high school with, I mean, they have their own lives now. I still see them sometimes, but not much. Thanks, society, for ruining it for me. Because we're adults now. We have to do all sorts of shit. Yeah. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this early little thing I did here. And this is, like I said, no way to compete with any other games that are out there. It's just a fun little project I'm doing because I love doing this stuff. I love programming, and that's all that I like to do. So, yeah. This is Alpha Lab by out.